Hi, I haven't done one of these for a while, so I don't do it for a regular thing or for any monetarization or anything like that. I just do it for shits and giggles, as I say. Yeah, basically, just want to talk about the Run for Your Lives tour, which has kicked off in Budapest last night, and obviously I'm going to see them in about the end of June 28th at London, which I'm looking forward to. And yeah, different views, and I've seen people who've seen the show, the good, the positive, and some people who really have reacted not negatively, but kind of not. It's not been what they want. Okay, let's look at the. From what I've seen of the shows, it looks really good. I think it's visually impressive. I mean, I'm very much into my movies, so cinematic aspects of a show is okay. Now, what they've gone for is a less practical show and more using computer generated imagery and screens. And when I heard that they'll be using screens, I've seen some pictures before the show taken backstage. I was thought, okay, that's not right. Maybe made them put their own thing to it. To be honest with you, from what I've seen, I'm quite impressed with it. I understand why people aren't, including some people I really respect, Captain Harris, Steph, and James, who went to the show last night and are going to the show tonight, I believe, because they go on their maiden tours, sometimes all over the world. Um, so I understand this thing because in the past made them with really practical effects, that sort of thing. That sort of thing. Apparently, there's some sort of AI being used in some of the screen stuff, um, which like I know what AI looks like, and sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's more obvious. But I'm kind of like not getting too het up about the. For me personally, I mean, people. I love practicality. I would love to see a big, massive practical show for this tour. But like I said on some comments, I think if I everything that came into my head, I saw wanted to see in real life, the band would be bankrupt really. And also, touring is really expensive. A lot of bands, big bands like Maiden even, either just make a small profit, break even, and some bands that make a lot of money because tours are expensive to do, travelling, the whole logistics, taking equipment from one country to the other. Obviously, they're not doing the old Ed Force One, but they are transporting equipment. Um, I still think they may source a thing, but I think they may take their lights with them this time, transport them over. But I think obviously they used to source them out to local firms. Anyway, touring's expensive. Basically, I mean, people who make uh, well, I'm assuming the people who make the most money are people who the promoters and the people who own the venues because they get the venue hired by that particular band or show. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, I was quite impressed with it, the look of it. Like I say, I might change my mind in London, in the big stadium, but yeah, I'm quite comfortable with that. I mean, I know it's not everybody's ideal, and I understand why people have reacted kind of like, okay, this is not what I want, and I don't like it. Okay, and that's fine. But I mean, I've heard positive things about the show, the screens, and all that, and positive things about the set list sort of thing. Even though, yeah, everybody wanted a load of deep cuts, and and I did that a list of deep cuts on my dream set list, and I knew really deep down that wasn't practical. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, they're going to play Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. They're going to play The Phantom of the Opera. And a few of the older songs from the original, the first couple three albums as well. So yeah, would I like to see Sun and Steel? Yes, of course I would, because I wanted that in my set list. But it may not be practical. And from what I've seen of Simon Dawson, he's thrown himself into it. He's a very technical player, and he's basically honouring the songs, sort of thing. Okay, he's not Nico, but nobody is, and he's not Clive Burr, even though Bruce said he's a bit like Clive Burr. He's Simon Dawson, and he plays Simon Dawson style. And yeah, and I know from what I've seen of him, he's really good. He's keeping up with the lads. He's probably shitting bricks on the first night. This is the first night I'm in front of an audience, playing, with his drum kit, which is a lot smaller than Nico's. But then again, if you go to concerts and Nico was Nico, he had his own style. He wanted a big drum kit. That's how he moved around, sort of stuff. But literally, on a smaller drum kit, I've heard drummers play Iron Maiden drum fills that sound just like they would on a big show, that sort of thing. It's not the drum kit that counts. It was a combination of a big drum kit, Nico's mastery of the drums, that made him a great drummer for Maiden, sort of thing. And obviously Simon's a different kettle of fish. He's there to play all the live stuff for Maiden now that Nico's kind of moved away from touring and that sort of thing and the live shows, which is a totally understandable decision in his part. But, from what I've seen of Simon, he's doing a brilliant job, an excellent job. He may have said, maybe some technical issues I think he had last night. I'm not sure. The people are saying he had some sort of mixing was a bit wrong on there somewhat. And yeah, I think he looked spectacular, the show. So I can understand the argument that sometimes they think the moving images in the background can be distracting. That's fine. But like I said, there's people I respect who didn't like the look of the show, the set. I mean, I personally think I didn't see the Legacy of the Beast tours with the backdrops they did then. I would have loved to. I didn't see that particular tour, and that would have been interesting to see compare. But apparently, that was really excellently done. But then again, it's like technology is funny. Technology is moving on a bit. They're not using screens now. Whether they're going to continue to use screens in any future tours, if they do any, remains to be seen. Like I say, people say, screens can go wrong. It can be glitches. Well, yeah, with everything, even practical effects, to be honest with you, they can be glitches. The odd drape that jams and, or doesn't do what it should do, sort of thing. So, and even sound equipment and that sort of thing. There's been a show a couple of years ago, I think, I'm not sure if it's last year or the year before, where the sound went. And obviously nobody was hearing what was going on the stage, sort of thing. The band heard what they were playing, but the audience didn't for some reason. But that got quickly fixed. But yeah, so I think I'm more, because I'm older, I'm a bit more laid back. I'm not one of those older guys who thinks he gets bring back Paul Di'Anno from the dead and bring back Clive Burr from the dead, and go back to the first two albums only, and they were the best. I'm not one of those Maiden fans. They were excellent albums, and they started the ball rolling for the band. But it's part of a legacy. It's part of a journey for the band. They are where they are now, and I'm looking forward to the concert. And and I've got my expectations or checked my expectations. What songs they should sing, what songs they shouldn't. Because I know they're not going to sing the songs I like put on my dream set list. But they put in some really good stuff on there. I mean, yeah. It's 17 songs. Though people have put Ides of March as the number one song, even though it's an instrumental. I'm not sure they're playing that. I think it's a tape in the background before they come on for Murders in the Rue Rouge. And, so that's kind of a bit of a misleading thing that it's 18 songs, it's 17. But yeah, still, I'm looking forward to it. And, like you say, my heart goes out to people who think, oh my God, I don't like the screens. That's absolutely fine, because they're entitled to their opinion, obviously. And, I know it's a valid opinion. They've got valid reasons for not liking that. And, so I'm looking forward to it. And whatever it is, I hope people have a good time and just enjoy Maiden while we've got them. Because obviously I can't see them lasting longer than they are. They may last another 10 years. I doubt it. But, like say, one or two of them might have been thinking about retirement from live shows. But we've got them for the time being. I guess for the next 4 or 5 years, I think we've got them before they may decide, live playing might be too much for us now. I'm really surprised the energy they've got. I don't think Bruce has, lost any energy as he gotten older. I think he's gained more, and so has Steve Harris. Really, they just go and when they're not doing Maiden, they're doing solo stuff, or doing British Lion in Steve's case. But yeah, so some of them may have the energy for it. Some of the bands may think, okay, it's time for us to kind of step back a bit from the live playing. But hopefully enjoy what we got them. Okay, I'm not on all. I'm a too. I'm kind of positive about Maiden sort of thing, even when they do things I don't like. Necessarily. I think I try and look on the bright side, and I understand people's problems with the screens and stuff like that. I really do, and would I like to see a big practical show? Yes, but we're not getting that. So we got what we got, and just try and enjoy the music and just try and enjoy the band as they play. It's early days for this tour. You never know. They might get tighter. They might improve things in terms of the visuals. Obviously, I don't think they're going to scrap the screen stuff. But yeah, you see what happens, and yeah, just remember, have a good time. Remember, it's all positive, and try and be positive. And obviously, it's fine to have concerns about the screens and stuff like that. I totally get it, sort of thing. I mean, I kind of rail against stuff like that at some point but I thought it looked fantastic. We'll wait and see. But have a good time, be good to each other, and yeah, take care.